Your worship, the floor is yours.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Good evening, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order. Diana, can you do a roll call, please?
Your worship, I can confirm that the IT manager, Cecil Coxon, and myself, Deputy Clerk Diana Wilson, are in attendance at the council chambers. For those participating by video conference, please answer present when your name is called. Mayor Manal,
Present?
Deputy Mayor
Jaguar.
Present.
Councillor Widner,
Present.
Councillor Moore,
Present.
Councillor Cerna,
Present.
Councillor Galinsky,
Present.
Chief Administrative Officer Clerk Michelle Casavecchia Summers,
Present.
Director of Fire and Emergency Services Brent Smith,
Present.
Director of Finance Arun Mohili,
Present.
Drainage Superintendent Bob Lopez.
Present.
That's everyone.
Thanks, Diana. Declaration of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. Seeing none, the minutes from August 13th, was there any errors or omissions? Seeing none, mover and second for those minutes, please.
So move.
Moved by Moore, seconder.
I'll second it.
Sterna, all in favor?
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Councillor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jaguar,
Yes.
Mayor Manal,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Now the minutes, the special meeting held on August the 18th. Was there any errors or omissions on that one? Being none, mover and second for those minutes, please.
I'll move it.
Moved by Widner, seconder.
Jaguar.
Glinski, all in favor?
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Councillor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jaguar,
Yes.
Mayor Manal,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Next, we have the Underhill Drain. Brad, can you give us an overview, please?
Sure. Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Brad Bunky. I'm with GM Blue Plan Engineering, here to speak about the Underhill Drain, and appreciate the opportunity because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the first drain GM Blue Plan's presenting for the township. So I'll go through a brief overview of the background, the design we're proposing, some cost estimates, and in turn the assessment. Happy to take any questions after that. Understand, council. Okay.
Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, understand council has a copy of the report, so I'll be very brief with this. We, GM Blue Plan Engineering, again, were appointed under Section 78 of the Drainage Act for an improvement to an existing drain, being the Underhill Drain. This was signed by Jacob Abrams, and from the petition or request for improvement, I should say, we understand this is a request to relocate Branch A of the Underhill to help support an addition to his shop. Obviously, there was an interference with the drain. The drain itself, the main drain and Branch A were both incorporated under the Drainage Act in 2007. 600 meters of concrete tile is the main drain. A little over 100 meters of plastic pipe, the high-density polyethylene, is Branch A. And the general flow pattern is for Branch A, flow into the main drain, and I believe the Taylor drain, by memory, was the ultimate outlet as well. We held an on-site meeting in May of this year. Brendan Shapton from GM Blue Plan, one of my colleagues, was there in attendance, as well as your Township Drainage Superintendent, Bob Lopez. Several landowners attended as well, and more or less confirmed what we had already understood from the improvement request, in that the drain of Branch A was to be relocated to, again, help assist with the shop addition and expansion in that location. We, after the meeting, went back and did a very brief topographic survey, took into account some hydraulic calculations, prepared drawings, and came up with a design that is relatively simple. 43 meters of branch A is to be relocated south of the existing residential properties, including the Abrams property. That will be a high-density polyethylene plastic pipe again to match what's existing. It will reconnect very close to existing, but into the main drain and continue with the same flow pattern downstream. There's some ancillary work around it in terms of connecting to an existing catch basin to give a good starting point, and also abandoning what will now be the former remainder of branch A that's no longer to be used and being encroached upon by this shop addition. So we put this together and we've come up with a cost estimate included in the report based off past similar tenders. And I believe the cost was estimated at $21,150. That includes construction, allowances, engineering. And that's the cost that we in turn carried forward into the assessment table of who pays the price in this case. As Mr. Abrams is the benefactor in this case of the relocation, as you'll see on the assessment schedule, he is assessed 100% of the value of this work. And the last point I should make is that for future maintenance, we feel that the 2007 drain maintenance schedule prepared in the Sprite report at the time remains perfectly valid. So we're referring to that for future maintenance as well. So as I say, that's a very brief overview, but happy to take any questions or comments on the report.
Okay, thank you, Brad. Diane, is there any comments submitted?
Your worship, no comments have been received.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from members of council?
Let's have one if I could.
Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through to Brad. Will the old drain be removed or just decommissioned, or what's the plan there?
Yeah, the plan to minimize costs is because it basically is branched off a catch basin. We plan to grout the pipe in the downstream portion of the catch basin, so it will remain in place, but will be plugged from any water entering it upstream. Now, coincidentally, I should mention, if during construction it is removed for part of the shop addition, there's no issue at all with that coming out.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from council? I can't tell. Is there anyone there on virtually that might like to make comment that are involved in this drain?
No, your worship, no one in attendance.
Okay, thank you. Brad, can you explain the next steps, please?
The next steps under the Drainage Act, most typically, there is a waiting period, so to speak, for any appeals to the Court of Revision in terms of cost. There's also an appeal period in terms of the Drainage Tribunal if appeals were made. Bob and I had spoke briefly just prior to this meeting too about moving forward with construction. It's a relatively small job. We may want a full-blown public tender as per larger drains. So we were going to discuss with Bob the best approach, and probably with the landowner as well, moving forward in terms of construction.
Okay, thank you, Brad. Now I need a mover and second. The engineer's report for the Underhill Drain is prepared by GM Blue Pan and dated August 4th, 2020 be accepted. Bylaw number 20-54 being a bylaw to provide for the Underhill Drain drainage works be read a first, second time and provisionally adopted. Mover and seconder, please.
I'll move it.
Moved by Cerna, seconder.
I'll second.
Widner, all in favor?
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Councillor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jaguar,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Now we need a mover and second. The Court of Revision for the Underhill Drain be scheduled to be held October 1st, 2020 at 7:30. Mover
So
and seconder.
moved.
Moved by Moore, seconder.
I'll second it, Mayor.
Seconded by Galinsky. All in favor?
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jager,
Yes.
Mayor Manal,
Yes.
carried.
Thank you. And finally, mover and seconder, the tenders for the construction of the Underhill Drain be requested for September 24th, 2020 at 11 a.m.
I'll move. Jiguer?
Moved by Jager,
I'll second it.
second by Cerna. All in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jager,
Yes.
Mayor Manal,
Yes.
carried.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Take care. Now we need a resolution for a committee of adjustment for the Township of Malahide be called to order at 7:42. And Mayor Dave Mann will be adopted as chairman of the committee of adjustment. Mover and seconder, please.
I'll move it.
Moved by Widner, second by Moore. All in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jager,
Yes.
Mayor Manal,
Yes.
carried.
Thank you. The purpose of the hearing is to consider an application for a minor variance submitted by Marty Shane, application number V5-20, part lot 12, concession 10, Geograph Township of South Dorchester, 57-13570 Imperial Road. Michelle, can you give us an overview of the application?
Certainly, Your Worship, through you. The purpose and effect of this variance is to grant relief from the mobile home park MH zone and the applicable regulations in the Township of Malahide zoning bylaw that require that an accessory building not exceed a maximum floor area of 20 square meters. The variance will permit the construction of an accessory dwelling described as a garage or shop, which measures 8.5 meters by 5.5 meters and has a floor area of 46.8 square meters. The subject lands, which is a mobile home site, is occupied by an existing mobile home, and the proposed garage/shop, it will be constructed to the south of the existing mobile home facing Poplar Avenue.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Diana, was there any comments received from applicants or outside agencies?
Through you, Your Worship, no comments have been received by any applicant or agent, and one piece of correspondence was received from an outside agency, Catfish Creek Conservation Authority, with no objections.
Thank you. Members of the committee, is any questions? Hearing none, advise that the written notice of decision will be forwarded to the designated parties within 20 days. And we need a mover and second report number DCS-20-24 entitled Minor Variance Review, 57 Poplar Avenue, 13570 Imperial Road be received. And that notwithstanding the section 6.2.1 of the zoning bylaw number 18-22 states that the accessory buildings are not to exceed 20 square meters, 215 square feet for lands in the mobile home MH zone. The minor variance application of Marty Shane relating to the property located at 57 Poplar Avenue, 13570 Imperial Road, to allow relief for the construction of an accessory building on the subject lands, which is proposed to have a total floor area of approximately 46.8 square meters, 504 square feet be granted. Mover and seconder, please.
I'll move it.
Moved by Widner, seconder
I'll second it.
Cerna. All in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jager,
Yes.
Mayor Manal,
Yes.
carried.
Thank you. Now we need a mover and seconder. The Committee of Adjustment of the Township of Malahide be adjourned and the council meeting reconvene at 7:45. Mover and seconder, please.
Jiguer, I'll
Move it.
move.
Jagger and Moore, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Now, we have a number of quarter revisions that are all postponed. Michelle, can you just give us a background on what's going on?
Yes, your worship, through you, there were 4 quarter revisions that were scheduled to be held this evening. Originally, at the last committee or the last council meeting, the decision was made. However, the notices were not posted within the required time frame, and as a result, it's required to defer those particular hearings until those notices have been received by the affected landowners. So we'll be holding those quarter revision hearings at our next regular meeting on September the 17th.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Questions for Michelle? Seeing none, we'll go through each one individually. Mover and second, the quarter revision for the Taylor Drain Branch C be postponed to September 17th, 2020. Mover and seconder, please.
I'll move it.
Cerna and Galinsky, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Now, mover and second, the quarter revision for the S. Ryan Drain Branch B be postponed to September 17th, 2020. Mover and seconder on that one, please.
Move it.
Jiguer, I'll move.
Jagger and Widner, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Now, mover and second, the quarter revision for the County Road number 24 Drain Branch A be postponed till September 17th, 2020. Mover and seconder? Don't be shy.
Move it. Move it.
Moved by Moore, seconder,
I'll second it.
second by Galinsky, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. And finally, mover and second, the quarter revision for the Fuller Drain Branch B and C be postponed to September 17th, 2020. Mover and
So
seconder,
moved.
Cerna, seconder,
Second.
second by Moore, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. The next is reports from committees and outside boards. The Council Remuneration Committee, any questions or comments?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Rick.
Through you, Mr. Mayor, to Michelle. When was the actual last raise that council received?
In 2019,
In 2019?
there was in 2019, there was an adjustment made to the counselor salaries to account for the loss of the 1/3 tax-free exemption.
Okay, and prior to that?
Prior to that, 2012.
2012, so 7 years, basically. Okay. And have we got a cost of living increase every year since then?
No.
No, through you, your worship, the first cost of living increase was in 2020, the January of this year.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
Yeah, just a comment. I would really like to thank staff and the committee for all the work that's gone into this review. I know the final report is not finalized yet, but I have watched all of the meetings and I can really appreciate the amount of time and thought that the volunteers from the community have put in. And so I don't know if there's a precedent of some kind, but I would like to express our thanks with some sort of recognition, even a personalized card. But the bottom line is that it was completely volunteer. They really stepped up. They took a risk because it is a public process, and they've put in a ton of work. So I'd like to express my gratitude for now, and would like to recommend some sort of gesture just in terms of a card or a certificate of recognition.
Okay,
You're-
thank you, Dominique.
If I may interject, Your Worship, I would concur with the Deputy Mayor's comments. I think the committee members have done a tremendous job and have been very thorough in their research and their discussions. We, as the council is aware, one of the processes is that the committee is going to present its final report to council with its recommendations. I think it would be appropriate at that time if council wished to, verbally acknowledge, and then also it gives you some time to think what might be appropriate if you wanted to give some other type of acknowledgement as well. But my suggestion would be that you consider that when the final report is tabled.
Good idea. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, Michelle. Any other questions or comments to both the committee? And then moving second to the following report of the committee, outside boards be noted and filed. Council remuneration review draft minutes, August 25th, 2020. Mover and seconder for those, please.
Jiguer, I'll move.
Jiguer, seconder.
Second.
Second by Moore, all in favor.
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore, Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Councillor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Next, we have correspondence, and there's 11 items. Anyone wish to make comment or support? Some we already are supporting, but we'll leave it open to council to see if there's any additionals.
We'll do one.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'd like to discuss item 5, the Township of Huron-Kinloss, for review of the farm property tax class rate. I don't know if that's something we've already kind of looked at, or looks like they're looking for a general overview of the whole province. So
So you're suggesting number 5 we're supporting, Mark? I think it's a good idea to review it.
yeah, I think so.
Any other questions? Support? Seeing none, so we are supporting number 5 and receiving file the ballot. So mover and seconder for that, please.
I'll move it.
Moved by Widner, seconder.
I'll second it.
Second by Cerna, all in favor.
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Councillor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. Any other comments before we go to bylaws? Being none, mover and seconder, the bylaw number 20-57, being a bylaw to authorize the execution of an agreement with Cold Streams Concrete Limited for 2 precast concrete culverts on Pressy Line, be given a first, second, third reading, properly signed and sealed.
Move it.
Moved by Moore, seconder.
I'll second it.
Cerna, all in favor.
Councillor Widner,
Yes.
Councillor Moore,
Yes.
Councillor Cerna,
Yes.
Councillor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jiguer,
Yes.
Mayor Manel,
Yes,
carried.
Mayor Manel, before we move on,
go ahead, Chess.
did we tender for that culvert or was it a single bid?
Michelle?
Yeah, Your Worship, through you, yes, that was a tender. And that was Coldstream was the lowest tender received.
Thank you.
Well, that was under our estimates as well, wasn't it, Michelle?
I'm sorry, Your Worship, I didn't hear that.
That was under our estimates by the engineer, was it?
Yes, it's within, yeah, it's underneath our budgeted amount. We're very pleased with the results of that tender process in the fact that we did get a better price than what we'd even anticipated. So yes,
Thank
We
you.
got 3 responses, I think.
yes, there were 3 submissions on that tender, and Coldstream was the lowest tender.
Anything else for open session? Seeing none, mover and seconder, the council move into closed session at 7:58. Pursuant to section 239-2 of the Municipal Act 2001, as amended, to discuss a labor relations or employee negotiation matter relating to the staff of the Development Community Service Department. Mover and seconder, please.
Jagger, I'll move.
Moved by Jagger, seconder.
All seconded.
Galinsky, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky, Deputy Mayor Jagger,
Yes.
Mayor Mennel,
Yes,
carried.
thank you. You let me know when you're ready, Michelle, for a closed session.
Yes, Your Worship. We have a resolution through you, Your Worship, that the job description for the new Director of Development Services be approved, and that the municipal staff be directed to initiate a recruitment process for the Director of Development Services.
Okay, mover and seconder for that recommendation.
I'll move it.
Moore and Cerno, all in favor?
Counselor Widner,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Cerna,
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Jagger,
Yes.
Mayor Mennel.
Yes.
It's carried.
Just a clarification, we come out of closed, are we in the open now? Because
Yes.
usually Cecil does that.
Yeah, that's okay. I've got that. That's no problem. We're recording it live. Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
any other resolutions?
Just the confirmatory bylaw, Your Worship.
Okay. Mover and seconder, the bylaw number 20-55, in a confirmatory bylaw, be given a first, second, third reading, properly signed and sealed.
Counselor Widner?
Yes.
Mover and
Councilor Moore?
seconder, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Move
I'll
it.
move it. Okay, I'll
Moved by
second.
Cerna, second by Widner, all in favor?
Thank you. Counselor Widner?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Counselor Cerna?
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky?
Oh.
Deputy Mayor Jagger?
Yes.
Mayor Mennel?
Yes,
It's carried.
thank you. Now, mover and seconder, council adjourned at 9:05 to meet again on September 17th, 2020 at 7:30. Galinsky and Widner, all in favor?
Counselor Widner?
Yes.
Counselor Moore?
Yes.
Counselor Cerna?
Yes.
Counselor Galinsky? Deputy Mayor Jagger?
Yes.
Mayor Mennel?
Yes.
It's carried.
Okay, thank you all for attending, and stay safe.